Guys, before this video begins, I am running a double giveaway on Xbox One and PS4. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and comment done with your gamer tag or PSN on that giveaway video. It's on my channel. It says a huge giveaway in the thumbnail, guys. Now to your video. Hey guys, ThatMuckGamer back here from the video. Welcome back, guys. It's another episode of my daily Sniping Series. Guys, let's get started. Comment coming in today from B. Marsh, New York Giants. I guess that's what his whole name would stand for. He said 5 teams that could drop off like the Panthers did this year. So what 5 teams could, really just do awful next year? I want you guys to keep in mind before I start this off, this is just my opinion. Obviously, the teams I say could have fantastic seasons, and I hope they do have fantastic seasons. But the fact of the matter is, this is just what I am thinking, all going to do bad. So comment down below your opinion on the 5 teams you think will fall off this upcoming season. So starting off right away, I want to start off with the Atlanta Falcons. The elephant in the room are going to be the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, they had an amazing season. They finished 11-5. They had, I believe, the #1 offense in the whole NFL, and they cruised to the playoffs, destroying Seattle, destroying Green Bay, and then of course beating the they didn't beat the Cowboys. Who they beat in the championship? They beat Green Bay in the championship to go to the Super Bowl. So they got to the Super Bowl and they killed the New England Patriots. Now, Patriots fans, wait 1 second. Halftime, before half, they were up 21-3 on the Patriots, I believe. It's something like that. 21-3, something like that. So they beat the Patriots, right? Second half, Patriots come back, Patriots win, blah, 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 Tom Brady's to go, right? So with that in mind, I think those are perfectly the #1 team that could drop off this year. Now, just kind of like Carolina, how they lost the Super Bowl to Denver, and then next year, they just sucked. I kind of feel like how that could happen with Atlanta. Now, personally wise, I think Atlanta will do fine. I have them making the playoffs. I have them going, I believe, 13-3. Actually, no, I think I have them 11-5 again. But the fact of the matter is, I could perfectly see them just completely falling off the face of the earth. They lose their offense coordinator, Kyle Shanahan. They're going to be in a different state of mind. It's not the same as last season. Obviously, the schedule is going to be different. With that in mind, a lot of teams have the whole offseason to kind of game plan against what Atlanta did last year. They get to watch the game film. They get to, pretty much break down every little thing, and it's going to be a lot different. So, with that in mind, I do have Atlanta falling off #1, and I think that they will not be as good as they were last season. #2, we have, I'm not sure if this Vollmer is a snipe. Now, he is a 90 overall, but 90 overall, for some reason, actually go for a lot, especially at right tackle. It's because there's not as many good ones. #2 is going to be Seattle Seahawks. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, I could definitely see them having a good season. They went 10-5 last year. They won in the division. And, this season, I think I had them projected to go 12-4, I believe. So I have them going really, really good this season. What's my schedule predictions? But they're all a team that I could, mentally think about and say, I could see them falling off the face of the earth. I could see them, completely just choking away everything and not being amazing. So, they did bring in Cheeseburger Eddie Lacy. They do have CJ Prosett. They do got Thomas Rawls still. They got their line kind of weird. They lost a lineman and they gained a lineman. So it's kind of like a mixture of the both. The offensive line is still going to be stinky. They still got Dougie Baldy. They also still have Russell Wilson at quarterback. So wide receiver wise, they didn't bring in anyone too special. Now let's switch over to the defense. They still got the Legion of Boom. They still, I believe they lost a couple players on defense. I can't really think personally right now, off the top of my head, who they actually lost. But, all together wise, I could see them just, just not having a great season. Now, this, unlike the Falcons, where they lost offense coordinator, teams actually can game plan. Seattle is really, really about that defense, okay? They're really about shutting you down with their defense. Offensively, they're going to try to run the ball down your throat. They're going to try to do their best to just, do what they need to on offense and let the defense shut you down. So with that in mind, they're also a team that I could see having a poor season. I don't know if I would say that I don't think they're making the playoffs because of the fact of how bad I think the NFC West is personally. But other than that, I just think that they won't be as great as, they will, they have done in past seasons. Now, of course, last season, 10-5, or, 10-5-1. 10-5-1, my bad. Obviously, with that in mind, they didn't do that great. So, we'll see. So, next one we have here is actually going to be the next team I could see falling off a little bit more are going to be the New York Giants. Now, again, you get it, guys. Again, New York Giants, they bring in Brandon Marshall. They lose Victor Cruz. They already got Odell Beckham. Sterling Sharp is now going to be a little bit more of a, targeted guy after last year. Had a really good rookie season, so now he should have a really good sophomore season. So with that in mind, the pieces are there, right? Paul Perkins, now they're going to be the starting running back. You got Eli Manning. The offensive line got a little bit better. Tight end, they drafted a tight end in the first round of the draft. Defensively, same concept. Very, very good defense. I believe I'm going to go into that. I was going to say if they lost Damian Harrison. I think they actually still have him. But with that in mind, and actually, what's this Ahmad Green looking like? 90 speed versus not. Okay, so it's the same speed. All it is you know what? Video coming soon. Anyway, other than that, so as I was saying, I just feel like that the New York Giants, I don't know, I do have them. You'll see my schedule prediction on my other channel and what I think they're going to go. I just don't think that they're going to go too crazy. So with that in mind, let's go on to the next squad. That's my, my third team. So my last two teams, which I always have issues on. I don't know why. I just always have issues with the last two teams whenever I'm talking about top 5. I don't know, guys. I don't know what the last two teams I would do because, again, I do have confidence in a lot of teams to do really good this season. And to say a team last season who did bad, to say they were even going to do worse is kind of not really logical because how are they going to do even worse than they did last season if they already did bad last season, So it's going to be kind of difficult to put that in perspective. The Baltimore Ravens could be a team I could see actually fall off a little bit. Now, last season they did go 8-8. They were actually one game out of the playoffs. I know Steelers fans don't like hearing this, but if you guys didn't catch that ball with Antonio Brown and get that touchdown, you guys would have kicked the field goal and we would have went to overtime. But the fact of the matter is the Ravens would have won that game and beat the Bengals the last week. They would have been in the playoffs. So they were technically one drive away from the playoffs because I feel like they would have beaten the Bengals the next week because they would have really went try hard. With that in mind, I could see them doing really bad this season. Now, they did lose Rick Wagner. They did lose Zelmi Zuta offensive line-wise, which is really bad because the offensive line already was booty cheeks, and now it's even more booty cheeks. With that in mind, they did lose those pieces, which does suck very, very much. But defensively, they did gain a lot of pieces. They gained Tony Jefferson. They got, what's his name? Brandon Carr. They also lost Tavon Young for the year. They got Danny Whitehead on offense. They got Jeremy Maclin on offense. Defensively, who else did we get? I say we because I am a Ravens fan, but I think that's it, right? We got Tony Jefferson. We got Brandon Carr. We drafted Marlon Humphreys in the first round. The Ravens also drafted a lot of good players. They drafted a Tyrus Bowser, middle linebacker. Williams, right end, who's going to be amazing. They drafted a lot of good players. Now, I'm making the case on why they're going to be a Super Bowl team. Okay, so there are definitely a lot of pieces they got that was really, really awesome. But the fact of the matter is, I just feel like the Ravens, losing Tavon Young for the year, and just altogether that offense, I don't feel like it's going to get anything going. Last year, they were 32nd, and this is with a worse offensive line. Don't get me wrong, Jimmy Macklin does add a lot, but guess what? Dennis Pitta broke his hip again, and he retired. Well, he didn't retire, he got cut, which I'm assuming he's going to retire. So that means Benjamin Watson's the only real tight end the Ravens have, and if he gets hurt, Crocky Gilmore is number one. With that in mind, you know, there's a lot of pieces that are really awesome. The halfback Ken Dixon got suspended for 4 games, which is really, really bad. Other than that, Terrence West, Danny Woodhead's not going to last the whole season. So, what do I think is going to happen? I think the Ravens are going to do decent. I don't have, really faith in them to do as good as they did last year at 8-8. I have them personally. I think my actual rankings of them, my schedule rankings. You'll see that in another video, but I do think the Ravens are actually going to have a pretty bad year. I could see them doing really bad. Finally, the last team, which this is going to be difficult. So I thought trash your team, guys. It's just because this is just opinions. Just the opinions of the masses. The last team, though, I think I'm going to go over is going to be Arizona Cardinals. Now, I think I have them going like 3-14 or 4-13. No, not 4-12. 4-12. So I think they're going to do all for next season. I mean, personally, I just think that giving another year for people to be a game plan against David Johnson, even though David Johnson is God himself, I still think that there's going to be a lot of people being able to kind of figure out what he's going to do, and they're going to start shutting him down. If he gets hurt, Arizona's done. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like button, subscribe, share if you're new. And if you can, guys, comment down below an idea that you want me to talk about next video. And if I choose your idea, I will shout you out like I did this video. So, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.